if the only men you date are the men who approach you at a bar, I just wanted to give you a heads up, that's a pretty low bar. Because when you allow the men who only approach you to be your dating pool, you literally allow men to literally define your preferences. Like, I'm not sure if a lot of women actually know their type. Do you know your type? Or are you only going by other men's type, but you think you fit in? Like, your only dating pool are filled with the men who approach you. And I'm not trying to hear, oh, like, I would never chase a man. That's not what this means. But women who are confident know what they like and they go get it. So if I walk into a bar and I see a man who I think is fine, I'm going to walk up and introduce myself. He's going to buy me a drink and we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to get what I want. So I need more women to do that too. Because I'm super excited because I'm going out today in LA and I'm going to do the same thing.
These are 4 simp behaviors that you're doing without noticing as a man, but let's get into it. You must stop. 1, you got nervous around pretty girls, 10 out of 10 look-wise. But around a 7 and 6, you macho man, you know what I'm saying? You don't care, you chilling. Nonchalant, right? Why are you changing your behaviors or getting nervous around pretty girls? A lot of these girls be pretty on the outside on the inside. And she's probably just as nervous as you. This is a clear indicator of low confidence, my guy. Like, come on, dog. You gotta learn to rise to the occasion. Kim Kardashian could be in front of me and I'll still act the same, because I don't give a f***. I'm him in my head. I'm Himothy. I'm him Duncan. I'm gonna give you a life gem though, right? Anytime you chilling with a girl, she's just as nervous as you. 2, you talk to her too much, my guy. You at work, you snapping her. You at the gym, you sending her selfies. You in school, you texting her. And then you wondering why girls get bored and you be like, I don't want to be with you no more. Oh, I was doing everything right. You was being needy. Yeah, girls say like this, right? Yeah, I want a guy who's gonna text me every day. She see me every day, right? And then they leave. Never listen to what a girl says. Listen to her actions. 3, you still trying to link her. She turned you down the first time, or she said maybe so. Maybe so means most likely no. She's not linking you. She's playing with you. A girl got one time to flake on me, and she out in the picture. Look, I ain't tripping over shorty. A better dude probably came in the picture. I just charged to the game and on to the next. 4, you're looking past all the red flags because she look good. You go on her Instagram, naked pictures everywhere, titties all out. She's tweeting about 24/7. But she's the one. This the girl you gonna wipe. Come on, dog. Y'all gotta stop seeing girls from a surface level, bro. A lot of these girls be prettiest on the inside or mentally, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe, though.
So many of these modern women, they want a man that's passionate about them. They want a man that shows an intense longing and a desire. An intense longing and a desire for them. And men are saying, after what I just saw, no. You ain't got nothing else to desire. You didn't show it all. Absolutely not.
And ladies, let me just say this. Guys know when they can get it from you. Y'all be sitting up there, kiki. Guys know when they can get it from you. So this is the thing. If you know that you're loose, then don't get upset for men that operate with you like you're loose. You don't ever have to say a word sometimes. Sometimes it's your body language, your mannerisms. And Kiki always giggling in other men's faces and all that type of stuff. A man knows if he can hit it or not. And a lot of y'all sit up here and you want to be a wife, but you carry yourself like a 304. Girl, get the f*** out of here.
A lot of these modern women are feeling that men are not really investing. They're not engaged. The experience, the meeting, us being here on the date, it kind of feels flat, right? And while I understand, if you come out there, you should probably try to put your best foot forward, right? But you have to understand, men are reading you. They're watching you and they're saying, oh, here we go. Like, you say something and a man is like, because y'all think y'all are the only ones that do that. And a man is saying, oh, here we go again. He hears a certain thing or he sees a certain thing, sees a look, maybe you wearing something and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a long night.
Dating in your 30s becomes literally just like looking for a breeding partner. Like, it's like you're going to a sperm donor bank and like lining up the genetics and just like choosing who you want to be your future children's dad. Like, you've already been through all the cute stages in your 20s, like saying I love you and going on your like first dates and trips together. Like, I don't want to meet your parents. Like, I do, but like, it's not cute anymore. Like, and then like waiting for the milestones and like falling and like seeing what happens. Like, no, are our kids gonna turn out cute? Are they gonna be smart, athletic? Like, are we gonna like make a good couple and like last forever? And like, then I'll get to know you and like, hopefully, you know, we get along great and like it lasts forever. But first things first, like, again, it's just not cute anymore. Like, but you never settle. You never settle. It's not like before where you go in blindly.
Wondered why women are able to get over a relationship so quickly? How they're able to just monkey branch to the next guy, not even give it a thought? Meanwhile, the guy's heart is broken and they just are cold-blooded? You guys ever wonder why? I'll tell you why. It's a biological imperative, my friends. Okay, it's called Briffel's Law. Basically, once the man stops providing value to her, she's going to end the relationship. Okay? The formation of the relationship and the existence of the relationship is basically based on the female's needs and if they're still being met. If they're not, the relationship more than likely will end. Because like I've told you guys before, women are professional and biological resource extractors. If they're no longer able to extract from you, the time is ticking and they will leave. And this is a very uncomfortable reality that we don't teach young men. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the Animal Family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. Burn this into your brain, guys. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the Animal Family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. In essence, the female's needs and preferences dictate the social structure and relationships within a species. Okay? You guys gotta burn this to your brain. Okay? This law right here is gonna keep you from simping. This law right here is going to aware you on how women really move. So when they break up with you and you're sitting there crying, wondering why are they so cold-blooded?
And you know, modern women they're asking, how come good men kind of stop engaging with them, right? But you have to understand that, you know, the kind of man you say you want. So the kind of man, well, I want a man like this, 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 and this. And the man comes up in front of you, and you let the man go, right? And you let Chad and Tyrone play in your face. And then a couple of days later, you want the good man to show up and rescue you. You want the good man to be a shoulder to cry on. What? Oh, well, you should allow me to do that in each and every situation. No. I'm a good guy. I'm not a doormat.
So word on the street, if they see a veneer smell like bounce that ass, y'all sure know how to make some look good, cause I wanted some. Even though I know y'all finna say ain't nothing wrong with your teeth, I just love the perfect smile. But anyway, another thing I didn't like, that they really have to shave your teeth down. I know they say sometimes they don't have to shave your teeth down, but most of the time to make it look good, they have to shave your teeth down. Any of y'all ever notice when y'all go to the dentist and get that put in y'all mouth that the dentist never have veneers? That shit made me look into it. What amazed me is that they said some of y'all teeth rotting underneath, which mean y'all didn't get proper dental care before you got veneers, which is weird because I would think that'll be a requirement before they just put it on top of your teeth and shave it down. Damn, at least a deep cleaning. Breath smells sour as hell. And I said I went looking, y'all. I started reading comments. He said, I used to be a dental assistant, and when people came in to get their veneer re-cemented, yes, sir, she said, I would put on 3 masks and mint chapstick under my nostril. It smelled. The other one said, I was talking to my auntie with veneer, and I was holding back tears because she think you ain't got to wash them. Oh, no, that's a whole nother story, but anyway.
You know, you have a lot of steady guys, a lot of regular guys, a lot of average guys out here that are continuing to get overlooked because you would prefer, and it's like I talked about some other commentary, you want a guy that's chaotic, that's up and down. You want a guy that, and you know, I'm laughing about it, but I'm not really joking. You want a guy to beat you upside the head, a guy that you got to run out the house 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, run down the street, beat down your neighbor's door. That's the type of guy that you got to call the freaking police to get that man up out of there. Got to take that man to jail. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. And that's the type of stuff these modern women want.
There is not a single man that actually wants marriage. Yes, I'm making a generalization. No, I don't give a if it hurts your feelings.
No, generalizations don't hurt most people's feelings. However, it does say a lot about the person that makes them.
Without the idea of marriage, men have no value. They have zero value.
Well, isn't that just precious? Trying to equate a person's, or rather, a man's actual value in the world as a human being to how marriageable they are. Just imagine if a man said that about a woman. It would be absolutely pandemonium. But if a woman is being sexist towards all men, then it's perfectly acceptable, and a lot of women will even applaud her for it.
If we got rid of marriage tomorrow, no one would be thinking about men.
I find that highly unlikely, notwithstanding the fact that a lot of women wouldn't have any content at all if they weren't complaining about men constantly. But the world's infrastructure rather does rely on them.
No one would be thinking about them because that is the only thing that they would be able to have for women's interest to be piqued, for women to decide that they want to deal with them.
I find that highly unlikely. In fact, I would actually like to issue a challenge to some of those women out there that say they don't need men and dislike all of them. Try going a week without mentioning men. I bet you can't do it.
Let me show you how dumb you sound. Because I don't mind telling women that they're dumb. You're pretty, but you're dumb.
I'm not dumb, my love. I have a 4.0 GPA. I'm a stud. I have a double major. I speak 6 languages.
And you're not using it.
I'm using it. I'm just saying.
You do
the
soccer
truth.
and you worked on MacLife.
Look, I went to a prestigious university, but I'm not going to throw that in anyone's face. But like, you're not intelligent, okay? I'm just going to be very honest with you here.
I am intelligent. Everyone out there knows.
You can't critically think because you're making an argument for the 10% statistically insignificant, which is a low IQ
You
move.
all my awards that I won in college as unique 6 language speaker.
But here's the thing, like...
Are you crying?
Yes, I am.
Bruh. Chris. This thing is an... What are you crying for, man?
Whoa.
Bro, so no one's ever told her she's dumb or what? Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't know. Listen, man, you know, life is tough.
For real.
Like, you still play the music.
Honestly, she needs this.
You cold.
She needs this.
Yo, the music's still going.
She needs this, bro. Like, she needs this reality check. Like, she's trying to make an argument for the 10%.
Cut the music, man.
Why are you saying I'm stupid if you don't know me?
I don't have to know you to say that what you said is stupid.
I have
That was very
friends and
stupid.
you don't have friends. I'm sorry. Like, if I have male friends, it's because they're my fucking friends. Like, what's the problem?
You're making an argument for the 10%.
It doesn't matter. And you're making an argument of 90%.
Yeah, that matters. That matters.
Okay, this matters. I didn't say it doesn't matter or it matters. I just say a fact, and that's it.
That's not a
all
fact.
about it.
Okay. Hey, man, you're still dumb.
You want a rich husband with a provider mentality, but you're $10,000 in debt, you have no personality, and you listen to the wrong people for dating advice. Stop thinking that you're gonna have a rich man fall into your lap when you use Afterpay to buy everything. You have nothing in your savings, and you're always falling behind on your bills. Get your shit together. Don't ask of something from someone when you can't even provide that for yourself. You want a rich husband, but you're financially illiterate. Make that make sense. Get a personality. These rich men that you want are really smart, are very literate, and have amazing personalities. And remember, guys can see through you a lot more than you think. So if you're faking a personality, it's going to be very transparent. And last but not least, stop listening to the wrong woman for dating advice. Some people really just want to see your downfall. A lot of these people tell you that men are evil, all men are cheaters, you can never trust anyone. I get it. You had a traumatic experience. Go to therapy and get the fuck over it. Be careful who you trust with the things that are very important and intimate to you, like dating advice, because remember that salt and sugar look the same.
If a man is single for years, it doesn't mean something's wrong with him. It usually means he's wise. He's learned that peace is worth more than company, and solitude is better than chaos disguised as love. A wise man values peace over attention. He's not lonely, he's selective. He refuses to chase anyone who drains his energy. Silence is his boundary, not weakness. He sees red flags early and doesn't wait for them to explode. Awareness saves him from heartbreak. He doesn't need validation. He knows his worth without applause. He doesn't repeat lessons already learned. Wisdom comes from scars, not second chances. He'd rather be alone than entertained by the wrong one. Solitude sharpens his strength. He doesn't fear time. He trusts timing. What's meant for him will never need chasing. And here comes the most important part. A wise man doesn't avoid love. He just refuses to lose himself finding it.
What type of guy fucks the most women? Do you know what like the single biggest predictive factor is?
Like characteristic?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the answer?
It's just guys that want to The difference between guys that make like no money and guys that make a lot of money, the difference between lifetime partners is like 9 to 13. Difference in height didn't matter that much. It was like 10 to 12. Difference in income, BMI didn't matter much until you got the morbidly obese. Then it fell to like 7. But like people have all these ideas
So
about
guys
like,
taking action.
yeah, guys that take initiative, right? That try to like have sex with people are usually the ones that are doing it. The last time we were on the show, he's like, men's primary strategy in life is to become really successful so that you can like spread your seed and like have a lot of kids or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, look at like who's having children. That's actually the total opposite. It's usually poor people that don't use protection that are having a lot of different children with a lot of different baby mamas and stuff. Wealthy people historically don't have that many children. So like, that's not true, you know? When you look like who's matching who, it's generally people who are of the same status. It's pretty rare that like rich people just go to poor neighborhoods to like pluck out the women. So like the average woman wants a guy that's 6 foot plus. Okay, sure. The average guy wants like a 19-year-old supermodel. But like, that's not the choices that people are making in real life. A woman has no problem talking to a guy that she sees as kind of like medium attractive. Whereas for guys, they actually too tend to gravitate towards the more attractive women. We tend to project onto each other the things that we want. And a guy is like, if I had the chance to, I might upgrade to somebody that looks better than you. And for women, they might see guys that look better than their current partner, but that doesn't necessarily mean they would just upgrade immediately. The desire doesn't necessarily map onto the behavior there.
Right.
As soon as a woman calls herself independent, that's a red flag to me. We don't like independent women. We do like self-sufficient women. But there's a major difference between the two. We don't mind self-sufficiency. A woman that has her own career, her own place, cars, money, businesses, we don't mind that. But the minute you start to idolize your independence is where we see red flags, because there's a certain spirit that comes along with that. It's the I don't need anybody paradigm. Let's flip it. How would women feel if they met a man and every time he spoke, he sounded like, I pay my own bills and they're all in my name. I live on my own. I don't need nobody. She'd probably say like, bro, you're an adult. You're supposed to do that. Like, are you good? Like, is there a chip on your shoulder? Like, but even deeper to the point, I'll never make my woman feel like I don't need her. Can you imagine how I would look to a woman who liked me if I walked around shouting how independent I am or how I don't need anybody? Like, imagine how that would make her feel. Nah. I'm waking up every day and reassuring her that I want her, I desire her, and I need her. I'm not a weak man for admitting I need my woman. But I'm worried that some women are so attached to that independent teaching that they're going to independent themselves right into a lonely life. Or worse, form an attachment but still perceive the relationship through an independent field of view.
Men in NHL that leave their hockey sticks on the ice when they break it, those are the men that ask women to clean up after them. And
the reaching that some of y'all do really needs to be studied, because a professional hockey player dropping his stick on the ice has absolutely nothing to do with women. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's look it up. I took the liberty of going to ChatGPT, and this is what it said. In the NHL, when a player's stick breaks, they'll often just drop it on the ice immediately instead of picking it up. Here's why. Number one, safety first. A broken stick can be dangerous. Sharp edges can cut someone. It can trip players skating at high speed. Leaving it flat on the ice is actually safer than carrying it around. Number 2, speed of the game. Hockey moves fast. If a player tried to skate to the bench while holding a broken stick, carrying it around, they'd slow down and hurt their team defensively. Dropping it lets them either grab a new stick quickly or stay in position without fumbling. Number 3, teammates or refs handle it. Once it's on the ice, a referee or linesman will usually kick it out of the way or remove it. Sometimes a teammate skating by will move it too. 4, rules plus advantage. Players are allowed to drop broken equipment, but not to throw it or use it illegally. The goal is to not gain an unfair advantage or create chaos. See what I mean? They just get on here and say anything, absolutely anything. As long it paints men out to be something that they are not, they will say it. All it took was a quick Google search. That's all it was. ChatGPT, Google, Ask Jeeves, they would have all told you the same thing, but no. Let me make some content hating men, even though they didn't do anything wrong. Boy, I tell you, some of y'all really need to be studied when all this is said and done. But I know she ain't gonna listen to shit I just said, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
High value men want warm, supportive, feminine women. You're there to help him realize his mission. He's not there to help you realize yours.
This guy's a psychologist. Crazy. So much here to unpack, but can we zoom in on the high value man of it all? First off, you probably know this, but it is worth saying, it is not a psychological term. It came from pickup artist in the early 2000s, and now red-pilled insecure dudes are saying it online like it's science. Here's what it does. It attempts to create a hierarchy where certain men have graduated beyond the normal expectations of a relationship. You're not just a person anymore, you're high value, which means her needs, her goals, her inner life, those are now liabilities, problems to be managed, things that might slow you down. Any framework that requires a woman to shrink herself so a man can feel big is not relationship advice. That is a man with an inferiority complex trying to control a woman 100% of the time. That's a man who needs to use power to feel like he's not the smallest person in the room. And brother, your framework gave it away. And the men this resonates with, I'm gonna try to not judge you because you're getting scammed. I get why it's appealing. It feels like finally being told you're worth something. But what you're actually being sold is a relationship where intimacy is transactional and your partner is a supporting character in your story. That's pretend connection. That's not even close to connection. That connection is miles away from a healthy, balanced connection where both people actually give a shit about each other's dreams. High value is a dog whistle for, I want a woman who won't challenge me. And that's not strength, that's little energy. That's fear dressed up in a clown costume. Unfollow anyone who uses that term unironically.
I just saw a video of like a girl posting, being like, why are 80% of single men not wanting to date anymore, like not even trying? And it's like, bro, like, do you see the landscape we're in today? Relationships nowadays aren't even like actual relationships. They're just turns, bro. They're just your turn. Like one of the comments on that video was like, too much effort for too much risk. And then the creator, the girl, responded and said, don't put in as much effort. So what? Like, we have to show less love to get more? That doesn't make any sense, bro. That just proves everyone's point on why we don't want to date no more. And it's not even about like, oh, I'll just show less effort. Like eventually, bro, you're going to want to show more. And if I have to show less effort the whole time, then what's the point of the relationship?
Yo, what's up? This is for all the kings in their soft guy era. Looking for a woman to protect and provide, but you're still running into people who are playing games. This is how you figure out who is real and who is fake based on their eye color. Now, this is all backed by science and statistics, so don't argue with me, argue with your mama. So the first one up is brown, dirty, muddy personality. Doesn't matter if she showers, wears perfume, a lot of deodorant, smells good, still a dirty person, avoid at all costs. Second one is blue eyes, blue like the sea equals waves, waves toss and turn, wishy-washy, not loyal, get her out of your face as fast as possible. Next one up is hazel eyes, because why are your eyes not one color like a normal person? Get out of my face, you're dishonest. The next one is your best chance at love, but it's still a no. Green eyes convey uppity, sedity type behavior. There's no way that her ego is going to allow her to ever admit that you're a lot better than she is, in a lot better position. Avoid her like the plague. Red/purple eyes, wild. What else can I say? It screams unfaithful, because what woman with red/purple eyes has ever been faithful? Gray eyes, Think Smoke from Mortal Kombat. Smokey, elusive. It's giving con artist. It's giving G-Digger. You might think that's green, but no, this is it. Avoid her. Trash. And last but not least, Amber. Definitely crazy. Heavy on the psychopath. More sort of Freddy Krueger vibes, if I'm being honest with you. Don't date any of these women. Basically, the bar is on the floor and we're doomed. I would encourage you to just buy a dog alone, preferably a German Shepherd. Do with that what you will. Again, these are statistics. These are all facts. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mom. I tried to help you.
Women rate 83% of men as unattractive. In college, they're all competing for a tiny number of guys, so the vast majority of men get very little action. I've been dry for 7 months. 7. I can't even remember the last time, and I've never used it. Meanwhile, a handful of guys have way more women than they can handle. That's why they turn into jerks. There's a low supply of those alpha types that women like, and there's a whole lot of demand. These guys learn how to be with one girl, and then another, and another, and the women end up feeling used. Now, a lot of those women actually do want a real relationship. They do want a family, and that's when things start to balance out. Because those guys at the bottom, the ones who never get picked, are willing to offer that kind of commitment. Without saying it outright, they're basically like, look, I might not be as hot as the quarterback, but at least you won't have to share me. If you choose me, I'll only have eyes for you. I'll work for you and for our future family. Let's make a deal and be exclusive. That's a pretty tempting offer for her. And this beautiful woman at the top, if she's smart and really wants a family, she tells that super desired guy, I'm not going to wait forever. I want a real relationship and I want a family. I'd love for it to be with you. But there's a line of guys waiting. So if it's not you, I'll find someone else. And that's how, maybe, the guy who didn't want to commit because he had too many options, when he sees he might lose the one he really likes, then maybe he chooses to commit. If you want to move up in the social hierarchy, I really recommend reading Atomic Habits. It's wild how changing just 3 or 4 key habits can totally shift your life in a short time. I show you how to download it for free in the first video on my profile.
And see, that's what women don't get. You got to make sure your man is good internally because the world beat them up every day. And if somebody calling, especially if the man making some money, everybody calling, can I get this? Can I get that? But nobody stopped to say, how is your day? Good morning, good afternoon. Simple like that means the world to men.
A bill. You get
like,
into them now.
Men
Go ahead.
are not that complicated.
Yeah.
Y'all want to few, but y'all want somebody that genuinely love you. So when you get me in your life, I'm gonna love the out of you, and you gonna know it though, like, because it's gonna be bigger than what money can do. It's gonna be bigger than all that different stuff. Women miss the mark a lot of times because they don't care about that, and then social media have people so twisted on what stuff needs to be. Oh, the man, if he ain't sending me 2,000, I ain't going on a date. You ain't even got 2,000 in your account. What is you talking about? Like, this ain't your daddy, this your nigga.
The last one you said is the most important thing to any nigga. Any nigga that got this just trying to, you know what I'm saying, do what he got to do out here in this world. That's most important. If you ain't your therapist, she ain't nothing.
She ain't nothing.
She ain't nothing. You might as well get rid of her. If she don't make you feel better when you feel worse, she ain't nothing.
She ain't nothing.
If I take the leftovers from the $220 entree that you ordered on my bill and you did not touch, you're gonna leave? Please, I don't want to drive you home. So I get the leftovers. I'm like, all right, good, nice to meet you. Have a good night. I will see you never. And that's exactly what happened. Because she refused to get in my car. I offered to drive her home, nothing. She called the Uber and went home, and that was the last I heard from her. I took her to a nice dinner. She ordered the most expensive thing on the menu and didn't get me a second date was because I took the food home.
This man absolutely 100% without a doubt dodged a huge bullet. And this may seem like a really costly lesson, but trust me, you saved yourself. This man knew it. He made the king move and he stood his ground. Bravo to him. What's crazy to me is that so many women are having difficulty finding good men and going out on first dates that are nice. And here this man is providing that to this woman, and what does she do? She goes and she ruins it. She has this weird thing about a guy taking leftovers, like it's probably on her long list of icks, which is absolutely ridiculous. And in 20 years, I hope she's having fun at home by herself with a few cats.
If you want to know whether or not a marriage is going to work, you know what the #1 indicator is? You can use this in marital counseling.
Tell me.
And the data. How many partners has the woman have?
Oh.
Yeah. If it's 5 or more, the marriage almost will not work out. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it because
it sounds sexist, but it actually doesn't matter how many the man has had.
No, well, this is a great.
Meaning it's not an indicator. It matters spiritually.
Well, listen, I got to tell you, you said something that people need to know about, people need to hear, especially the young people, is that a woman who, I'll just use the term, samples the field.
Yeah, fine.
She thinks she's liberated. She thinks she can do what a guy does in that area. I'm not condoning the conduct, but she's so made different that what happens is it's an imprint upon her that it's so forever for her. And if she has 5 or 10, there's an imprint where the guy, and again, I'm not bashing guys, but a guy is more forgetful. He's not he's not impressionable that way. He does great in a monogamous, long-term relationship is where he flourishes, and that's where the intimacy is meaningful to him. And that's actually what she needs, what she wants, and she doesn't know it. She thinks, I'm going to be like a guy. Well, you can't be like a guy because we don't take all that stuff seriously.
I fell in love with somebody who doesn't even know my name, no, no. And I know.
Can we just take a moment to imagine if a man was recording a woman exactly like this? It's unprovoked, it's unnecessary, and he would be labeled a predator or a creep, or the questions would start as to how many videos he has in his phone and how young the girls are. But when women do this, it's perfectly natural or normal. Like, what was the expected outcome anyway? This person could be totally unhealthy, unhinged, but you want to find this random man. But not only that, so many women love to preach how dangerous men are, how creepy men are, how women are in fear of their lives just because they walk down the street. This man is running and y'all are videoing him like it's warranted. If you were doing the same thing walking down the street and a man was recording you because maybe you're looking exactly like that and showing a lot of cleavage, is it not the same thing? It's a perfect example of how being creepy is only considered creepy if the person is unattractive. The only reason that this is socially accepted and women have been stitching looking for this guy is because he's attractive. If he was not attractive and being recorded, then it would be considered creepy. Okay, bye.
And a lot of these modern women are wanting men to yearn. They're wanting men to chase. They're wanting men to pursue. But in today's, the way it happens in today's dating, that puts you as the weaker vessel because, you know, I'm the prize, right? You chase me, you want me, show me that you want me. I've already proved myself by the fact that you want me, even though I haven't done anything. The fact that you want me means I'm more valuable in this relationship. And that's what a lot of modern women are doing. So when a man steps back and says, okay, well, you know, if you're not going to reciprocate and you're going to think that you all that, I'm just going to go ahead and go the other way. I'm going to go a different direction. Now you're stunned and you're talking about men aren't men anymore.